What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Community Corner podcast. I'm Arnav.
And I'm Nikhil, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're starting our new series where we're going to be diving into every single company on the S&P 500 list, all 500 of them. Today we're going to be starting with the number one placeholder on that list, Alphabet, the parent company of Google and a behemoth in the tech world.
And in this episode, we'll kind of explore how Alphabet, which is originally known as Google, has expanded beyond its search engine roots and really become a diversified conglomerate in the digital age that we know of today.
Yep. Alphabet's journey is a testament to its innovation, strategic expansion, and the power of IT, or information technology. So let's journey through their remarkable rise to fame.
Yeah, well, I think let's kind of start out with Google, right? Its most well-known subsidiary.
Yeah, I mean, so Google's story started in 1998 in a garage in California. So that right off the bat is kind of crazy to think about. Founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who's often kind of overlooked in this process. I think a lot of people tend to think it was just Larry Page that started this. But initially it was a search engine, but not just any search engine. It kind of used this a unique algorithm to rank web pages, which quickly set it apart from its competitors.
And I guess kind of what was so innovative about Google search technology was that its page rank algorithm was revolutionary, right? And for our viewers that don't know, it's basically like it ranked websites based on their relevance and the number of links pointing to them, which significantly improved the accuracy and usefulness of the search results and just made the overall search engine like more efficient to use and better, and provided so many advantages in that term, like in that aspect.
So I guess you could say it was kind of their like unique selling proposition, or like their USP in a sense. So how do you think this kind of shaped Google's growth, especially early on?
Yeah, I mean, this approach attracted users rapidly, right? And I guess Google became synonymous with online searching due to its speed, simplicity, and accuracy, which led to rapid growth and significant ad revenue. And around this time, search engines were like vastly growing. Like we can see the number of search engines growing. So it's very important to kind of distinct yourself in a market where there's a lot of competitors. So that's kind of what Google did with their search engine algorithm, and kind of utilizing its speed and accuracy just to attract a bunch of viewers and grow revenue.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to note, like, Google didn't just stop with the search aspect of this all, right? Google really began to expand its offerings later on. They developed things like Gmail, Google Maps, and the Android operating system. And so it kind of built this almost cohesive environment. If you think about it in the modern day, as a junior in high school, pretty much every day I'm on Google's services a lot, not just searching up things, but utilizing Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides to create presentations and things for my classes, as well as accessing my email through Gmail, of course. And so all of these innovations really represented a leap in its respective domain, further kind of consolidating Google's market position.
100%. And even through these, I just feel like that really set them apart from the competition. But that's kind of on Google, right? Its main subsidiary. But what about Alphabet, right? How did they come into play, and what kind of role did it serve for Google?
Yeah, so Alphabet was formed in 2015. So that means is that the first about 17 years of Google, Alphabet wasn't the parent company. But when it was formed in 2015, it was the parent company to Google. And so the restructuring here kind of allowed Google to focus on its core internet services, while Alphabet could explore kind of more some more like ambitious projects, kind of like autonomous vehicles like Waymo, life sciences like Verily, and kind of more.
Yeah, so it's basically like the same, like it's basically Google, but instead of just focusing on one thing, they kind of branched out and are now looking towards other things, which is really interesting, right? I know Waymo is making significant progress in the autonomous vehicle landscape. I think we kind of talked about it in an earlier episode, but it's just really innovative on what Alphabet is doing over there. But even with the success and even with a lot of the things that Alphabet is doing and kind of how they're rapidly growing, what challenges do they face in this process?
So I think one main thing is definitely just managing a diversified portfolio, and just staying innovative in a rapidly growing tech field. I think those are kind of the main challenges. I mean, just think about in the past 20 years, how many different things have changed, how many different tech giants we've seen rise and fall. And I think Alphabet really navigated this kind of regulatory scrutiny decently well, and that's kind of given it its modern day size and influence.
And I guess it's like talking about the future here, right? It's positioning itself in a way to give it the maximized percentage of chance of success, right? And so kind of through its subsidiaries, it's at the forefront of innovation in AI, cloud computing, quantum computing, etc. And they're just investing in technologies that they believe will define the future, like AI-driven healthcare, sustainable energy solutions, and just being and literally being in the center of it. And that's kind of how they're propelling themselves towards success, not just now, but in the future, kind of setting themselves up for that type of innovations in the future.
100%. I think I totally agree with you that kind of willingness to invest in long-term projects and that ability to really just attract top talent keeps them really ahead. And I think also something important to know was Alphabet's diverse portfolio really allows them to impact various facets of technology and society. Like I mentioned, early on, they made it a priority to not just prioritize that search engine, but again, expanding into Google's workspaces like Sheets and Docs and Gmail and all those different facets of technology.
And their journey just shows the power of vision and diversification in tech. And just kind of like final thoughts for our viewers out there. Alphabet's story is a blueprint for building a future-oriented company. Embrace innovation, look beyond the present, and don't be afraid to venture in uncharted territories.
Thank you, Arnav, for unpacking that intriguing story behind Alphabet. To our listeners, join us as we continue to explore the groundbreaking journeys of all of the S&P 500 companies.
Until next time, peace.
Thank you.